Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
And welcome to the Double R Show, Double R, along with son Paul. And today we'll have an opportunity to talk about hospital, the city, housing, and
special events.
Big special events.
Yeah, beach bacon and brews this weekend.
And that is coupled then down the road with another event, Surf City Weekend in August, and coming up in September, one of my all-time favorites, Celebration of Honor. We'll talk about all of those things and a whole lot more right after this.
War, Greatest Hits Tour Live, the 50th anniversary of their Greatest Hits album, Saturday, July 18th, Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Reserved seats on sale now at ChinookWinds.com. Chinook Winds, where concerts are better at the beach.
If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries.
Books and puzzles have one thing in common. Bob's Beach Books in the Ocean Lake area of Lincoln City. Books for every interest, books by authors from around the world and across the street. Visit Bob's Beach Books so you can say, I have read a good book lately.
Dr. Leslie Ogden, Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital, Pacific Communities Hospitals, joins us next. And we are still in the process of affiliation, right?
We are. It is a somewhat lengthy process. This is our first time through it, of course.
Sure.
The healthcare marketplace oversight process, we call it HICMO, that is run by the Oregon Health Authority. And so they are in that process of taking a look at our proposed affiliation with Multicare, where Samaritan Health Services and Multicare come together, and they are deciding if this is the best thing for our communities and our region.
Now, for them to decide, it is not just a decision that is made locally or wherever. You have these agencies that you've got to, hoops that you got to jump through.
Absolutely. And, you know, it can be a little bit frustrating when you're on the inside and you have to provide all of the information and do everything that they're asking in a timely fashion. But when you look at it from the outside, and I've had people ask me, you know, how do we know that the same thing's not going to happen in Oregon that we're seeing happen around the nation, as far as a lot of for-profit, folks coming into the healthcare space that we've never seen before, a lot of mergers and acquisitions and things that maybe aren't the best for communities. How are we going to make sure that doesn't happen? And I say, well, we have legislated ourselves into this area where we have a lot of oversight, and there's still some proposed legislation, I understand, that'll be coming down the pipe. But for now, we have a lot of things in place that are stringent and going to get even more stringent as far as really making sure it is the best thing for the communities involved. And we're very happy to say that as we go through this process, we continue to get positive validation that, yes, this is going to be a positive, for our communities by having us come together.
Is this akin to when the hospital is affiliated with Samaritan System or North Lincoln Hospital and Pacific Communities Hospital joined in the family of Samaritan?
Yeah, it's sort of, when you think of it, that was sort of a little bit smaller, because that was one hospital at the time joining like 2 or 3,
right.
At the time. And this, we're talking about Multicare that has 13 hospitals, joining with Samaritan that has 5. So a little bit different scale, but that's one of the reasons you want to make sure it's right for people, because you don't want to create this gigantic sort of thing that doesn't work for people's community local health care.
Will you really know if it works until after it's working?
Absolutely, because what we have to do is we have to demonstrate exactly how we're doing things now and how we're proposing to do things in the future. And we have to validate all that. And they are allowed to put specifications down, like we will approve this if you do that. So let me give you an example. So the Oregon Medicaid Advisory Committee, they were evaluating this affiliation, and they were doing it from the lens of Samaritan Health Plans has the Intercommunity Health Network, the Medicaid portion of health plans that has oversight of. What happens if Multicare comes in there? How does that affect what Samaritan is doing and how Medicaid patients are treated? And so we had to show them that we would have the same sort of ideas, come at problems in the same way, but we had to prove it. And so we did all of this proving, right? And they ended up recommending approval of the affiliation to the Oregon Health Authority. That's good news. It is, but they did it. There were 2 caveats.
Okay.
They said that they needed to make sure that Multicare served on the IHN board, right? That you had representation so they knew what was going on. They have to be an integrated part. They can't just be somewhere else, right? And hearing about it. And then we need to have a dashboard that reflects meaningful metrics that we can show the public at all times, that they can look so that they can see, has something changed from before, how long it takes to get this done or to get that done or to do, certain healthcare functions. So we'll be reporting on all of that in a public way.
Now you got some of the Multicare folk coming into North Lincoln and Pacific Communities Hospital as well, correct?
Yes, yeah. Of course, Multicare is coming down a lot more frequently. We have folks who we're just using this time to get to know each other. But we have both the CEO and president, Bill and Florence, that we've talked about before, and how taken with them we have been. And they're just amazing folks. They're going to be back in our area. We're going to have an event in that first week of August to really gather more people from the community. We're going to try to focus this time on folks that already serve on our boards or our donors to our hospitals who are really movers and shakers in our community, and try to get them in front of Bill and Florence and talk about what's important, what we need to see, what their hopes and dreams are for our healthcare in this community.
Last but not least, up on the roof.
Yes, we have some yellow scaffolding, so to speak, on the top of the roof of Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital. Some people have pointed it out and said, what is that? And so I just wanted to share that is actually safeguarding folks that are working more on the roof, as we've had a little bit of failure of the existing roof. So we've had to patch it and get it in good shape to last the winter. Now that the winter's over, we can undergo a complete roof replacement. So that's why people have seen that scaffolding up for some time. It will stay up. Starting this week, we'll see the actual replacement start. It'll last, we anticipate, about 6 weeks. They'll be working 7 days a week. They'll be trying to get it done in this weather window.
That's a lot of roof.
It is a lot. Get it done as fast as you can. And then we'll have that roof reestablished and ready to go for years and years and years.
Dr. Leslie Ogden, Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital and Pacific Communities Hospital. Thank you again, and good luck up on the roof.
Thank you.
Are they going to put you up there?
I hope not.
Okay.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call, 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service. Hey, welcome back to the Double R Show. With us now, Allison Nelson Robertson joins us, I'm proud to say. And we're going to talk about housing in Lincoln City, talk about an update. A lot of building going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is quite a bit going on. We've completed quite a few units in the last few years, and we see some more housing going up in the north end of town, and there's more in the pipeline. And I think that as a community, we have our private builders that contribute to creating new housing supply. We have our nonprofit developers like the Housing Authority of Lincoln County, and also for-profit housing developers like the Innovative Housing Inc. Lincoln 25 apartments that were a combination of for-profit and nonprofit.
Now, you work for the city of Lincoln City, and the city's tie into all of these projects is what, Allison?
Yeah, so it varies. I mean, the city is generally supportive of any housing production.
Okay.
We're in a nationwide housing crisis. We don't have enough supply, and the state has asked the communities of Oregon to do everything they can to help fill the gap in the housing supply. And we've been working on that since 2017. The city did their first housing needs assessment in 2017, and that was based on 2016 data, which means that in 2026 now we have 10 years of data to report and figure out, are we on track with our production goals? And I'm happy to say that we've exceeded our production goals based on
Very
that
good.
2017 housing needs assessment. This is all state required work, and various communities are doing all they can or not as much as they should. Everybody's at a different place in the, political will to move housing production forward.
Now, are we talking about housing for a particular demographic, income level, or are we talking? Is it across the board?
Yeah, it's across the board.
Okay.
I just mentioned this to someone. I don't remember what the conversation was, but all housing is affordable to someone, whether it's an income qualified rental apartment or a home ownership opportunity through Habitat for Humanity or an oceanfront home. All homes are affordable to someone. So we really have an obligation from the state and from the federal government to create housing opportunity for everyone at every income level to the best of our ability. That also depends on what is the right size of a home for someone? What is the family size? Are we talking about an individual, maybe on fixed income? Are we talking about a family with growing kids? It really is complicated and important to take a look at what housing inventory we have, where we have gaps,
Sure.
and how we can make homes more affordable. For example, like the Habitat for Humanity homes are now using a land trust model where the person purchases the home, but they don't have to buy the land. They just lease the land from Habitat for Humanity for a very low monthly fee. And then Habitat will always have that land as a landlord and be able to steward that home over time for that family. So they can decide if or when they want to sell the home and move into a market rate home, or if they want to stay in it forever.
I just love the notion affordable housing goes all the way across all demographics.
Yes.
I had not thought of that. You always think affordable housing, that's going to be low income.
Right.
Not
And
so.
You're right. We get caught with using terms and we don't define those terms.
Sure.
A lot of people will say affordable housing is low income housing. I like to say income qualified housing because you have to have the right income in order to qualify for whatever the housing is, whether it be subsidized from the state or, whether you have a housing voucher through the Housing Authority of Lincoln County. And we just have wonderful local and regional nonprofits that are all working on this effort.
Now, are there projects and building that is taking place right now that you can talk about? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think we all drive by the Housing Authority's project in the North End of town that is for people experiencing mental health challenges. And it'll also have a mental health clinic and offer services for residents and for people who don't live there necessarily. But I believe their clinic is already in the DMV shopping center area, Office Plaza, and that they will then be in their own building and on their own property in connection with the housing units that are coming online soon. We also have the city's Villages at Cascade Head Fernwood property. That one is in the pipeline. That one will be 82 units of income qualified housing. And we're hoping that they'll break ground in 2027. They're waiting. All of these projects that are income qualified housing have to wait for the state to determine what the funding will be. So part of that funding stack or capital stack takes time to figure out. If you remember, the Lincoln 25 apartments took 4 years for them to get funding.
Right.
So these projects are not quick, unfortunately.
They're in the pipeline. They're just not over the finish line.
You got it. You got it. So anyways, but I want to mention, I could talk about housing for all day.
Yeah, of course.
I love it. And I don't do it alone. I have many other people, including the planning department and public works department and city management, city administration. Everybody is working on housing in different ways. And I really do want to mention, though, that we have exceeded our annual average based on that 2017 study. And now we're actually just starting to do a new study to make sure that we're on track with going forward. And that is a housing capacity analysis. And we have consultants that we were able to hire through a Department of Land Conservation and Development grant opportunity, which is wonderful. So the city's not having to pay for the state required plan update. And we're going to be at the farmers market on Sunday, July 26th from 10 to noon. And we'll have information about housing. We'll have surveys, some fun activities to just kind of talk with people who are passing by, whether they're visitors or residents, about housing in general, and get some good public input.
Yeah, I would venture a guess that if I want more information, I can go to City Hall, to your offices up at City Hall, and talk directly to you or one of the other staff.
Sure. And we will also have a project website eventually. But yes, people are welcome to call me. I'm at 541-996-1207.
Allison Nelson Robertson, City Housing at its best. It is marvelous that we are really tackling an important issue.
Thank you.
Home-style cooking in a hometown atmosphere. Hi, I'm Adina from Zeller's Restaurant in Rose Lodge in Lincoln City. Join us daily for good fun and great food. You can even kick up your heels at Zeller's.
I'm Josh Zantello with Zantello Law Group, and we are fortunate to have a number of attorneys in our office that specialize in a variety of law fields. Call our office and set up a free consultation. With our field of experts, you're never alone.
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
Beach, Bacon, and Brews coming up this weekend at Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City. With us, Heather Hatton. Welcome aboard.
Hello. You're so good at this.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, I do like it. Yeah.
Heather Hatton is with Chinook Winds Casino Resort. You've been there a long time.
Yeah, it'll be 21 years at the end of August.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty soon you can like your job, right?
Yeah, eventually. I'll get there. Yeah. I have a pretty tough job out there.
Beach, Bacon, and Brews is a event sponsored by Chinook Winds, but it benefits a lot of different nonprofits.
Yeah, this year we have 12 charities, and we've got 13 brewers that'll be there. And we partner with the community, which is really great. We partner with TLC Fiber Credit Union. We partner with Northwest Natural, Taylor & Taylor Realty. Les Schwab is back as our designated driver sponsor. First Choice Fresh Market, they are our grocery sponsor. And I think I already said Northwest Natural. But the money that they donate goes to helping the charity teams with their ingredients. Everybody picked up their gift cards to First Choice Fresh Market. They've given us 20% off to buy all those ingredients. And then we also, Hill Meat Company is our bacon sponsor. And they are back this year and they provide all the bacon for the teams. And then we got Bigfoot Beverages and they help us organize all the brewers.
All of the brewers, are there micro brews or are they?
Yeah, so within the brewers that Bigfoot brings, there are some different. They've got ciders and different types of brewers that they're going to have at each of the booths. He's asking the person that would be buying the designated driver ticket. So the designated driver ticket is less expensive. So that's the one I would take.
And what are the ticket prices?
So $30 for you get $5 in sand dollars, live music. We do have 2 bands, and they're really great. They're the same ones from last year, Tsunami Zone and Huckleback Highway. And then we've got, you get a tasting glass and you get to taste all the brewers. And then you get 5 bacon bits. You can buy more than that. They're only $1 and for an additional bacon bit. And all the money goes to the charities.
And the charities that are going to be benefiting from the Beach Bacon and Brews are?
So I knew you were going to ask me that, Roger. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
It is, there's 12 of them. So it's the boosters, Taft Dive Boosters.
Okay.
United Way is new this year. We're excited to have them. Oregon State Credit Union, they are going to be cooking on behalf and with Beach Buddies LLC. Oregon Coast Bank, Jed is very competitive. They are, yeah, he is, and I think he won. I think he won one of the judges' choices last year. He is going to be their bank is going to be working with Together Teens Thrive. That is a new organization in town that is headed up by Adina Zeller, and there's a whole group of people that are going to be working on that. Salvation Army is back. A couple years ago, they were here. We've got the Elks, the Kiwanis, Friends of Lincoln City Parks, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but all of the information is on the website.
Now, the event is Saturday. Opens up at what time, Heather?
Noon. It goes noon to 6 p.m.
Okay.
And it's $30 for all of the bells and whistles. You get the tasting cup. And then it's $20 for the designated driver.
But it's just the one day.
It is just the one day, 12 to 6. And so all the 12 charities, what they do is they cook different bacon recipes and they compete. So there'll be top three judges' choice. And then you will have a chance to vote on the people's choice. And then the brewers, you'll have a chance to vote on the brewers.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, it's really great. And, you know, the thing I really appreciate about it is we're in our 12th year doing this. And, you know, during COVID, people had their own beach bacon and brews when we didn't have it. And people planned their vacations around it. And I think that it's just become one of those really cool summer events that everybody looks forward to. And it's an opportunity for an organization like Together Teens Thrive to talk to people about what they are about. Figs Dog Rescue, I forgot them. They were People's Choice last year. Figs Dog Rescue was able to talk about what they were about and how they can get volunteers and how they serve the community.
Speaking of summer activities, Surf City Weekend is upcoming at Chinook Winds Casino Resort as well. And Angels Anonymous really benefits from that one.
Yeah, and that's the 23rd and 24th. And
of August.
Yep, of August. And of course, we're going to get calls about the sound off and the noise. And we understand that. We get it, that it can be frustrating, just like fireworks in your backyard or anything. But, you know, usually I answer that with, please come to me with something that you can raise over $20,000 in one day. 2 days, really, but really mostly that one day sound off.
It's Sunday is when
the big...
The big sounds, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, they do start the quality sound checks Saturday night around, I think, 5. So there's a little bit, but it's not the boom, 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 right? And so the next morning, the Sunday is really it's one day. It's one day a year that we do know that is a sound disturbance, but just know that I think we did a fun video, you know, a couple years back, but every time you hear that sound, it's like an angel's wing, right? It's like, you know that
really
there's going to be money being raised.
And all of that money that is raised, I would venture a guess 95% of it is coming from out of town. It's not coming out of the local pocket.
Yeah, and they provide a lot of the giveaway items. I mean, it's not like...
They provide all of them.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got our employee picnic coming up, right? Our team member picnic, and it's the Wednesday after our Beach Bacon and Brews, and we raise money for a different charity every year, and we have them come in, but it's all from us, and we provide that. Chinook Winds provides all the raffle tickets, but these guys help. The sound off, it's
huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Final thing upcoming, Celebration of Honor.
Yes, we're excited about that. 9th through the 11th.
Of September.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing in the months. I appreciate that because I'm like, yeah, it's just that. I know what it is. Yeah, we're excited. And we have dedicated to doing it over 9/11 as much as we can by date because we want to also recognize our first responders.
It is something that the casino started with Don Kennedy at the helm. And it is just
and
so
you
meaningful.
And Teresa and that whole crew. And Teresa still comes back every year. You're the MC every year, and unless you're on a cruise. And then I'm going to throw that in there.
Okay, it could be.
Yeah. So it has been such just an honor to be a part of that event, and it's been great. You know, we've brought vet services, and we've added a lot of things. The Bijou Theater partners with us. We do 2 free tickets and some popcorn for vet and their spouse or their partner or their guest.
At lunch.
And everybody gets a meal voucher now. They can use it anywhere they want. And we've got the wall, and we've got the military vehicles and all that. So we're
Beach
really
Bacon and Brews, Surf City Weekend, Celebration of Honor, all big time events coming up at Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Thank you, Miss Heather, for being here.
Love it. Thank you.
War Greatest Hits Tour Live, the 50th anniversary of their Greatest Hits album. Saturday, July 18th, Chinook Winds Casino Resort. War, one evening with all their greatest hits. Reserve seats on sale now at ChinookWinds.com or by phone at 1-888-MAIN-ACT or at the casino. Chinook Winds, where concerts are better at the beach.
And welcome back to the Double R Show. Let's talk about some of the other activities and events taking place in and around the Lincoln City community. One of the big ones is the BB Day Camp that takes place out at Benai Breath, and this goes through August 7th. So if you've got grandchildren that are here and you're wondering what they're going to do for the summer break, or your own kids at home, take them out to Benai Breath. I mean, there's canoeing, dance, nature, arts and crafts, swimming, archery. It just goes on and on and on and on. It is a great program. They're well fed, well cared for, and well entertained. The Lincoln City Cultural Center is proud to announce the opening of the annual Members Show. This is going to be in the Chessman Gallery through August 30th, and that opened up on July 10th. Each year, the Lincoln City Cultural members bring new and exciting works into the Chessman Gallery for the annual membership show. So that's good to see, good to enjoy. And Lincoln City Police Department will be offering a 13-week academy that fosters communication and understanding between the agency and community they serve. This is going to be the Citizens Police Academy. And if you would like to apply, contact Tammy Williams at 994-1481 or email twilliams@lincolncity.org. The Academy begins on Thursday, September 3rd, 6 to 9 at the Lincoln City PD.
Yeah, that we've been talking about that one for a while. We should go ourselves. I know that's been a big one we've been trying to connect with, and I know they've got a great number of people that just really enjoy learning all the ins and outs about our police department.
Anniversary, 50th. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so July 18th, Cascade Head is turning 50 or thereabouts. So we're having a celebration on the 50th on July 18th there. Saturday from 1 to 5 is the daytime event, and then there's an evening event at 8 o'clock, starting at 8 o'clock. So just talking about the first part, we're going to have the gentleman that nominated Cascade Head to be a biosphere region, the UNESCO site back 50 years ago. We're going to have another gentleman from the East Coast, is the leader of the United States Biosphere Reserve Network. All 27 of us. Yeah. John Allen's going to be out there, and then the fun really begins, because then we've got Safari Town's going to be doing some kayaking. We've got Nature Conservancy going to lead a hike. We've got Seven Capes going to lead some birding. We're going to have some surf rider folks hitting the waves, just all sorts of cool stuff. Plus music. We just booked a band that's going to be there, and there's going to be pontoon boat ferry running around the Salmon River. So there's just a ton of stuff to do from 1 to 5. And then at 8 o'clock, we're going to come back, and we're going to have this music and telescope deep space search. And so we've got Dan Pack from the Sluts Bay Music
Right.
Festival and Brandon Lucas from the Singing Sasquatch. They're going to be doing the musical side of it. And then we've got, I think I mentioned this before, world-class astronomer that lives in our community. She's going to bring her own giant telescope and
she has the equipment.
Oh,
I mean, it's magnificent.
Tens of thousands of dollars or stuff.
We'll be able to look through the lens.
That's what I understand. Yeah, I mean, I've seen, or through the computer that's looking at the lens, or however she's able to demonstrate it for us. And it's spectacular. So come down again, just a couple Saturdays from now, July 18th at Knight Park, which is just north of town on the Salmon River.
Be able to see something that the human eye would never have ever seen before.
Something that exploded maybe a billion years ago and doesn't even exist anymore. and the light is just reaching us now.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
so
amazing.
contemplate your life in the biosphere region by thinking of your life in the universe. Maybe.
Yeah, 50 years versus
50 million
plus
14 billion. That level, pretty impressive.
I look forward to that. I think I would take the recording equipment out and get some interviews out there as well and talk to some of these fine folk that for those that don't get an opportunity to get out there, they'll be able to at least hear what they've got to say. I'm really fascinated with the fact that the gentleman that started this whole process is going to be there again as well. That's wonderful stuff. Friday Enrichment program takes place out at Nesquin Valley School. This is for students K through 6th grade, education, exploration, and creativity. Anything else your side of the table?
We are clear from here.
So that will do it to the Dunes on a Double R show. For Son Paul, I'm Double R, along with Jana, and we remind you to like, subscribe, and share so you, your family, and friends around the world and across the street can join us on a Double R show. You never know. You could be in Germany, you could be in Thailand, and you still can listen to the Double R show. Have a happy day.
You've been listening to the Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For the Double R Show, I'm Jana Grahn.